folks. Tim here. Just read something that really kind of makes my blood boil. Um, the Republicans in Congress have decided, or signaled, I should say, that they might be okay with allowing the Census Bureau to stop counting census forms, census records that are filled out by households within the United States on at the end of October. Okay. Right now, according to data that I honestly, I'm sorry, I forgot to write down where this came from. Roughly 4 out of 10 households nationwide have not yet been counted. The Census Bureau does not have enough staff, and they were shut down during the coronavirus shutdown. They are short-staffed. People working from home, people not working at all, that sort of thing's happening. They're short-staffed. They cannot meet the end of October deadline that they have because they have to provide the data to the president by December 31st, and then it needs to have more detailed data comes by March 31st. So they may not be able to give us a full count. So that, this year is a census year, 2020, and they may not be able to give us a full count of our population, where they live, the demographics, their race, their where how much, rough income levels, that sort of stuff. All that stuff is included in the census, and they may not be able to give that to us, a completely accurate version of that this year at all. Like, they're just gonna make their best estimate. I don't see that as okay, because the census data, it is used to map out electoral districts. It is used to, do things like, votes in the electoral college. That's, how many representatives from the House of Representatives does a state get? It's used for lots and lots of other things too. It's often used to allocate federal funding. This is not okay. Like, the thing is, we all know that minorities have been, populations have been on the rise. Cities are growing. Cities tend to vote Democrat in general. Minorities tend to vote Democrat. Right now, the Republicans have an advantage. That's why they have won quite a few elections in the last few years. They've taken over the Senate. Were fairly close to taking over the House not during the election. During the election 2 years ago. Sorry. Republicans have the advantage right now, and so of course they're okay with the Census Bureau not taking the extra time to count. They're not going to give the Census Bureau extra time because they want to retain as many of their own people in the House of Representatives as they can. Duh. Also, there are situations where the Republican Party has been proven by the courts to have engaged in gerrymandering, in other words, structuring the shape of congressional districts to leave out certain groups or to split certain groups so that, say, a Democrat could not get elected. So if you have an area where, traditionally, say, black people live, sometimes they will take a district and split it right down the middle, and then surround it with a white district, which traditionally votes in that case, maybe traditionally votes Republican. So that they have more Republican votes, so that they can elect a Republican to the House or Senate, the House. Not the Senate. um, this I don't like this. I don't like this. Some of the stuff that's happening. This is politics. It's dirty politics. It's like they could have given them a little extra time. I mean, census is constitutionally mandated. The dates for when things need to be turned in are not. So the original end date was July 31st, but they extended it to October. But we're still, we're still in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic. We just can't. There's just no way that. I mean, I don't fault the Census Bureau. It's not their fault that this stuff's happening. They just don't have enough people to do these things. But still, it's scary what the Republican Party might be trying to do here. And yeah, that's all I have to say on the matter. So, talk to you later. Bye.
All right, so our fried chicken is finished. I just pulled it out of the deep fryer a few minutes ago. Well, the second batch, I should say. And I'm about ready to give it a try. But before I do, I just wanted to mention, I forgot in the last part of the video, that you need to leave it in the deep fryer at 375 for about 15 minutes. If you want to be really safe, you could use a meat thermometer, and you want to reach an internal temperature of 175. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. But all right, let's try a piece. Oh. The skin has a wonderfully strong flavor. You can taste the garlic and the onion powder so much. Not overpowering, just enough. Excellent. All right, that's it for this episode. If you have any questions, comments, or anything at all, just leave it down at the bottom. And until next time, enjoy. Goodbye.